Wildfire risk and homeowners insurance. That's what we're talking about. Hi, I'm Darlene Humphreys, your Klamath Falls Realtor. I've had some inquiries lately about the wildfire risk assessment maps that are available and homeowners insurance, so let's get into it. Unfortunately, Klamath Falls has made national news for its wildfires. We had the 242 fire in Chiloquin, we had the Golden Fire in Bonanza, and the big one that made national news out towards Bly and the Gerhardt Mountain area was the Bootleg Fire that took over 400,000 acres. I was out in the Spray River area when that fire started. There was some fire department presence out there, but they were taking the stance of let Mother Nature take its course. It wasn't threatening any structures. It wasn't very big. And 400,000 acres later, I do believe that the Forest Service has abandoned their let Mother Nature take its course, and they're extinguishing these fires when they get started. But that can get me on another whole tirade, so let's get back to what we're talking about. There are wildfire risk assessment maps out there that say that 91% of Klamath Falls and the Klamath County area is in a moderate risk, and that's probably true. Klamath County is a huge county. It's 6,000 square miles. There's some of these areas that are hours from any sort of fire service, and that raises our level of significant risk to have wildfires. One thing that the Department of Forestry is adamant about and enforcing with its local property owners is defensible space. Defensible space is an area around the perimeter of your property where the fuels are removed, the dead trees are taken out, the pine cones, the pine needles, the dead branches, the scrubby sagebrush that just goes pshoo. It lights immediately when there's a spark, and it goes up in the tree canopy. The winds carry it around. That's a significant issue for why wildfires get started and spread so quickly here, because in the summertime especially, things are dry, and if there's a lot of fuel on the ground, there's a lot of reason for the fire to spread. So defensible space is something that the Oregon Department of Forestry is enforcing with its local property owners. So let's talk about homeowners insurance. There have been some people that have been interested in the area that have gone to some of the big national carriers that advertise on the commercials all the time, and they're not getting quotes for homeowners insurance because they don't want to insure in the area. Have no fear, there are plenty of local, reputable insurance carriers that would be happy to talk to you about wildfire risk assessments. And there's supposedly a new wildfire risk assessment map coming out from Oregon State University this year. This has been in the works for a while. There's been some Senate bills and other legislation regarding wildfire risk assessment, and Oregon State University is supposed to come out with a new wildfire risk assessment map this year. More on that later. But there are local insurance carriers that will happily talk to you about your risks, defensible space, and insure your home. Unless it's like a 12 by 12 shack that's really not a home, it's a shed, and you don't have a well on it, and the inspector goes out there and goes, now, you might have some challenges getting something like that, but if you have legitimately a home on the property and you have a well, you're probably going to get home insurance. And if you're looking at the wildfire risk assessment map thinking the whole place is going to burn down, 91% moderate risk, no, the whole thing is going to burn down here when they did, you'll be just fine. I've been over here 20 years, I'm still here. You'll be just fine. Come on, it's great here in Klamath County. Thanks for joining me.